Alrighty, hello people. Welcome back to the channel. We are getting back into Star Rupture today. Yesterday we ended up going through the whole base, found some issues, and then we went exploring a little bit. And we started making a base kind of on the other side of the valley from where our first one is. So I got a little curious and I started going through all the materials and stuff using the tool site that I found. And I noticed a problem. If we started making a new base where I was, we actually don't, there actually is no helium nearby, and we're going to need to start getting helium. We have helium in our resources, as well as in stuff that we have to research and stuff, like for recipes and things like that. So, we're going to start working our way into doing stuff. We also need to start working on updating some of this stuff. So, by all indications, from what I've been able to gather, why do I keep getting quartz ore? I feel like my quartz ore is propagating. I don't know what's going on. Every time I log in, I'm getting quartz ore. It's very odd. Anyway, like I was saying, every time I started looking through like the requirements for everything and stuff. So start going in here. Helium needs tubing, which I think we'll need to go get that started. We need to get ceramics going, stabilizer, rotor, and the synthesis. I think we can't quite do this one yet. We're close, but we can't quite do it yet. So to start getting some of this stuff, see, we have to get a lot of helium, and I could run around and grab a bunch of it in terms of just out of the meteorites, but I only get a handful each time. I kind of need to find a dedicated helium thing. So I need to make a setup to, well, first we need to find where helium is. So I went ahead and did some cleaning up. So I went ahead and removed the pad going up this way, except maybe not all the way. I think there's still something here. Yeah, there's a structure still here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. So we have power here now, because like the tips continue to say, you can run without using energy when you're on the tiles that are connected to power. It doesn't always work for ramps, though, I've noticed. Ramps, it doesn't always work. So that's a little odd. So yeah, if you look way out there, you don't see the things anymore. I went ahead and I went this morning, I went ahead and got rid of the base that I made up down there. Reason being is that there's not really any point to it. If you look out over there, we had titanium deposits, we had wolfram in deposits, but we have nothing new. And then the stuff that we're doing is next tier resources according to the tools. So we have some options. We can go out excavating here, and we can also go past here. It looks like we get into a different color or something kind of past here. So that's what I want to do, is I want to run out that direction and see if it, and see what we find, because that's kind of around the corner from where we are. If we're able to find helium, then we can start making our next set of factories, because I have everything built that does like tier 1 through, it does basic resources to tier 2 resources. I think I have a tier 3 resource, which is a wolfram something. But from here on, we don't have more. So I do want to go take a look at the resources. Where did I put them? So if we look in here, I need to get the glass, the inductor, and the titanium. From what I understand, so the glass I think we saw. I think it's in the furnace. Yeah, so we can start grabbing the calcium powder and put it in here. We can get wires and put them in here. Let's go ahead and throw in our resource points. It looks like we can put some more stuff into the heat resistance sheets. Yeah, so there's some stuff that we can actually grab and put into the research recipes, but we still have to get more stuff. So gonna go ahead and run on down here. So while more stuff is crafting, that's something that we can work on. I think I actually can just grab the calcium powder from up here, can't I? And landed it. Okay.
I think I can use this.
We'll take these 4. Go ahead, just take this. Go back to the recipe. Furnace. Insert those 400. Good. We can then go back and grab some stuff from the previous factory. But yeah, I think we'll go that way. I think we'll keep going that way because there's more stuff that we can get and there's more stuff we can expose. So, actually, I think what I actually want to do, I want to grab the, if I'm exploring new areas, I want to change out the augment that allows me to see more of the fog of war, I think. So we can knock out more of the map. So I think we have to go upstairs for that bit. Oh, and it looks like I can actually stick on another one for survival. Here's my max health. Good. And then we need to grab... Where is it? Yeah, here we are. This is part of the movement lem.
Perfect.
So put that in place. Okay. How are we doing food-wise? Ah, we're okay. Doing okay. Okay, so let's look at the terminal again and see what else. Well, let's look at not the terminal, the recipe inputs. Okay, so for the recipes, I never blade things out the same way each time. Okay, so I can't do any of those. The fabricator, I can't do anything yet. But we're gonna work on getting that stuff done. Go to the furnace. The furnace, we can put the calcium powder in, which we've already done. We can take the... Looks like we need another 200 of the wolfram wire and the titanium sheet. And then we need a bunch of the wolfram sheet, which is the tier 3 resource. So come down here to the titanium. We need the... that... and that. Come back this way. Grab all the wolfram sheet. And we need to grab 200 of this. There we go. That works. Get that going, so then the facility starts building more. To refill that back up. Recipes. Here we go. Back in the furnace. Insert those. Insert those. And insert those. Okay. Now that we've done that, let's continue east. We have to find helium at some point because... and I would hope it's relatively soon because we're at the point where we kind of start needing it. So... if this game is built like you'd logically think, it would be just over here somewhere, around the bend, more or less. There might be other new items that we find too. So, because there's a bunch of stuff that we have to add for the food that we haven't done yet. So there's a good chance that we'll find maybe some new food items that way. I think the latest thing that we've gotten are from the caves, the glow petals or whatever they're called.
Acquired.
Look like there's some more pricklers over there. That's good. Now we have these monoliths. I wonder what these are for. These look like this got shattered in some way. Ah, but it's radiated. So can't do that yet. Huh. See, that's what I'm seeing. The trees. The weird-looking trees over there.
Changing mags.
Oh, I also forgot that I have a dash.
Changing mags. Area clear.
Whew. Slightly unnerving, but we made through it just fine. Yeah, let's get the rest of these pricklers. So we're going to change them into the figglers, which will last us even longer. See, so there's more wolfram. There's more titanium. I think these are the vulpiers. I think they lay these. They lay these eggs. Oh, but I can't get to the eggs because the vines are grown there. Ah, another thing I can only get after the ruptures. Interesting to note.
Acquired.
We have anything new? Not really. There is that. That might be. Yeah, that's a geoscanner, so that's going to unlock more of the map, I think. Yeah, because we did one of those last time. Oh, wow. I don't think we've seen this bit. Look at this. Yeah, this is the new area I was looking at, so all the trees and stuff. Interesting. And I'm making a whole new area.
Geoscanner initialized.
Glad I have something with a little bit more firepower attached to it. Yeah, these things have gotten bigger.
I feel stronger. Reloading.
Nearly there. One more wave, maybe? The fact that they jump is actually a little disturbing. Whoa!
Area clear.
I like it when there's a little bit of an audio acknowledgement of things being finished.
Geoscanning complete. Data acquired.
Mmm.
Updated.
Okay, so there's a couple bodies here. Let's go look for the bodies. Oh. Found more nasties, I guess. Okay, just keep going this way. It should be here. Oh yeah, there they are.
Gotcha.
A little bit more in the way of food. What was that one? Reduces infection buildup rate by 20%. Nice. That's good. I hate when it just the autosave. The game freezes for a good several seconds, and I worry that I crash. Despite the fact that my computer can handle it, it just unnerves me sometimes. Okay, there's another body over here. Let's go ahead and grab that. Actually, in terms of our food, is there something I can eat that'll give me... yeah. That does. That works. Another cave. A little bit more of the perp plants. Let's go ahead and grab those. The body's inside the cave, I think. We'll have to wait to get that again. Let's go out to that drone wreck. Hello, Zach. We're heading into a new area, so we went the east. Grab the star tiers. Go ahead and grab that helium. Oh! Oh, these plants are nasty. Draining what, though? Probably my health. That's, unnerving. Vampiric plants. So if I build anything here, we're gonna have to build, above level. That's not cool. It doesn't look like it's the red ones. I think it's just the... Yeah, I get closer and it lights up. Like it detects my presence. A little unnerving, actually. Oh, there's the drone. I kind of wish I had a zoom function of some sort. Like binoculars. Almost.
Great.
Okay. Okay, just the one. Let's go to these trees. These are cool. Wait, looks like there's something on them. Well, not on this one, it seems, but there's one on that one. Grubblers. Ugh. Oh, I don't have enough room. Boo!
Changing mags.
Okay. Well, we can look at those in a second. I think that's something I have to do for the food recipes. But let's see. Okay, so we found a new deposit of titanium by the look of it, right? Yeah, it's new things of titanium. Wait. Oh, that could be helium. That could be our helium that we're looking at. Oh, and there's more stuff out here. Quite a handful of them out here.
Reloading.
I don't have any kind of a melee, which annoys me. So these little tubers. Serpent root. Oh, there it is.
Changing mags.
Well, that's helium. We're in business then. Gonna need to make a way out here and start setting things up. Oh, this looks very promising. This is more that purple haze stuff we saw when we were out. Yeah. Let's see, I'll take that.
Huh. Nice.
Oh, yeah, I think this is our thing. I can't build yeah, I think this is it. I think this is what we're looking for. I think this is helium. It's got the same purple vapor, stuff like that. Yeah, I think this is helium. It's also a different building shape, which kind of matches the shape that you look at when you look at the research. So, yeah. This is our new location. Wonderful. We need to start building a base here, as well as getting a zip line out here, so we have access to the rest of our stuff. I think we'll do the zip line first, because we're going to be doing a little bit of back and forth, I would guess. And it's going to be a matter of looking at the recipes to see how we need to set up the factory here to get things kind of going. So just kind of go over the hill, more or less. Let's go ahead and build a zip line. So we have that available to us. Now, biggest question I have, can that reach across that gap? Time to figure out. Building something. Building is too long. Also took a look in the Discord. It seems that some people are not particularly happy with how these things currently are set up. Here, let's go ahead and rebuild that. We want to take that and rotate it like that, maybe? Now we'll build as is. Also, the fact, I was looking at the Discord. People aren't happy with how the zip lines are currently set up because they kind of zigzag a little bit. Which, understandably, that's not necessarily a bad choice. But when you think zip line, you don't think zigzag. You think straight lines, which This doesn't really handle very well, so. If we lower this down, that works a little bit better, actually. Let's see. And then it goes right there. Aha. So we can actually stop it right at the, at these, eggs here. Okay. And the drone stops. How far does this go? Building's too long. Okay. Kind of to the end here, I guess. Wonderful. We're going to have to go around that. Got to go around the monolith. I'd rather go up the hill than down. So, let's see. Top of that rock there. Do that. Okay, building's too long, so we'll go ahead and drop back to this rock, I guess. That works. And I think we'll stop it like right, we'll go ahead and put like right there or something. And then build a stair, or something like that. That works. Okay. What am I holding? I've got, yeah, holding a handful of things here. Let's go ahead and use some of this up. Let's see. I need my analyzer. I just put that in there. That in there. That in there. Recipes. Go into the food. Nice. I just got the calorie fluid, which gives me health and and calories. Nice. That's good to have. Stick more of the polyfruit in there. Yeah, there we are. The serpent root. So that's what we need for some of the next stuff. Oh, and there's the grubblers. So that's needed for something. That's needed for food. Let's go ahead and make take more of the pricklers and turn them into figglers. It looks like star bites kind of go into our health. Okay. I don't have a food station here, do I? Time to build one. That is now an essential thing that we get. Okay, so that actually needs... Yeah, so that needs that. Makes sense. Nice. Okay. Back into recipes. We need to go to the furnace. And throw that back in there. Use that. Oh, that stops calorie burn. Okay, that frees up a little bit of space. Though actually, I have a recycler built here. I do. Let's go ahead and throw this stuff in here. A little bit more that we can throw away. And then we put that into the basic. And we get our more building material, which we're going to need. Okay, that gives us a little bit more space. Let's see. While we're here, we also can get more of the powder, I would assume. I think we only needed 200 to get what we needed. There we go. Okay, so all we need to do is get helium and we can make glass, which is nice. They need multiple mats? Yeah, that's a thing that I'm gonna need to work on because what I had imagined is that I was gonna be able to I was going to be able to kind of set up satellite factories kind of based on the tier of resource that we're doing. So we've done base up to 2 and 1 3, but it was because I just learned it easily enough. So this next stage, I'm going to be kind of... I'm imagining, and this is only my speculation, is that once I get that cargo lifter stuff, I can be far more sufficient at, like, throwing resources from earlier places to the newer ones without any problems. Without, you know, having to without having to build a system from scratch. I don't know how that's going to pan out, in all seriousness. Because that might not work at all. There might be some kind of issue or something. So, I'm hoping that by setting things up, I'd be able to get, that I will be able to find enough resources in certain places that I'm able to just kind of start from scratch each time. You know, to start building up, so grabbing the, but not always doing, like, the full storage units like I've been doing previously. I also had the thought of potentially taking some of those and sending them back to this base here, and this area here becomes storage for all the stuff. So I have individual storage at each site for what's built there, but then I have a mass library that has everything there. I'm not quite sure how that will work out, because if I did that, I would probably be using the cargo transporters. I don't know how the cargo transporters work because I haven't built them yet. I haven't got them there. So things will change as we go along, but when we start adding more things, I'm going to have to just kind of dedicate lines to making one specific thing. And we're just going to have to see how that gets there. But we do know that we have to get something here. I know that we have... So... Hello.
Reloading.
Definitely going to need to work on getting some turrets or something, because this area looks like it has a pretty nasty set of respawn for the vermin. Oh yeah, we can also start grabbing the serpent root here, can't we?
Acquired.
Does the serpent root do anything by itself? So the grubblers can give me health and some toxicity. These can give me just toxicity. Doubles natural energy regeneration. Does not stack with other energy generation effects for 15 minutes. That's actually not that bad. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to set down a core to figure out, kind of lay things out. Because it looks like we have Wolfram over there, we have Titanium, and we have Helium. So we can start making a base here that does all those things.
No more vermin.
Start gathering the plants and stuff. That's a scary looking ravine. What's down that way? Ooh, that's spooky. I don't know where it goes. All right. So we can start setting up Titanium. We can set up the Wolfram. We can set up the... Well, we can't get the Helium yet. Because I have to research the Helium stuff. So that comes later. But we found a place where we can get Helium. So I need to figure out kind of the center of our base here. It's probably going to be up where the Helium is where I need to pour. If I had to guess. Oh, I can dash in the air. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I can only imagine, because this happens in almost every single crafting game mechanic ever, that it's building up. You're taking from level 1s, 2s, to 3s, to 4s, to 5s, and just building, just iteratively building stuff. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to set that all up, but that's something I'm going to have to figure out. In all seriousness. It really is going to be something I'm going to have to figure out. So, let's take a look at our core here. I have some meteorites here, so we can go ahead and start looking at this. All right, so how big is that space? Looks like we're going to need to have 2 cores. If we're going to cover that and that, they're going to overlap. So kind of like what we were doing in the previous place, where we have 2 base cores, and they're just going to work off of each other, essentially. Oh, I wish I could mantle. It's so annoying that I can't. So, I'm thinking if we take the... Actually, you know what? I don't want my character standing here. Okay, start that up again. We go back to the thing. Okay, so that needs to go out to... See, the reason why I want to have this thing covering those buildings is because it protects them from the meteorites, as I understand it. Okay, so it looks like to actually cover everything, it has to go like in front of those. It has to kind of go on these basalt deposits right here, which is not a bad thing. I'll just have to go around it. Now that's interesting, though. If I look at these, do you see the difference in color? That's something I don't understand. Why does this look just the steely kind of titanium gray, and this has colors to it? I wonder why that's why that's a thing. I also don't... Yeah, one is fancy, apparently. Now, what I also don't know is that, do I have to have buildings actually connected to the cores? Because I've done that in every base previously, but I'm going to have 2 cores here. Do I have to run something down there to actually, like, be touching the cores for them to be beneficial? I don't know how that works. Because the habitats I can put anywhere. I don't know how that gets handled otherwise. Okay, so to grab... Okay, so it looks like it kind of stops there.
I'm detecting increased rupture.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. Well, lovely.
For a wave.
I need to get a habitat going. Let's see. You know what? We'll build the habitat just for just for getting out of the thing, and then we'll destroy it and come back to the. I need my drones, so we can't really do anything at the moment. But I can look at the corporation sheet. Let's look at the corporation, as well as the... I also found out that you can put the terminal on the ceiling, which is kind of nice. So, yeah, so the helium extractor, we need to make tube. Now, we figured out, we have gotten the recipe for tube, so we can start making tube. The next one needs ceramics. That one needs stabilizer. We haven't found stabilizer yet. We have found rotor. And we can't do the synthetic silicon or the heat-resistant sheet yet. We can start on the heat-resistant sheet, I think. Partially to get the recipe. Let's make a recipe station as well while we're looking at this. So, basic thing. Yeah, because this is what we have to start doing next to get the intermediate building. Because we're eventually going to need this now. Because we're going to need the later bits. So the glass, we need the helium. I'm not sure what how we get the inductor. I kind of wish there was a crafting table that shows like here's the buildings, here's what they make. But you have to go look at a building. I can make the titanium housing.
Ruptur's eruption has started. Prepare for impact. Okay,
so to get a stabilizer, we have to make the rotors, which we've gotten. And make the stabilizer there. Okay. So we can make the ceramics. It requires the furnace. And a version 2? We must get a better version of a furnace. Or an upgrade to the furnace. We can make the titanium housing. Glass, yeah, the inductor. We need the tubes and the ceramics. We also then we need the glass. To finish doing the heat-resistant stuff. And then we get the helium, the ceramics, the powder, and the blueprint, and we start making the synthetic silicon. Then we get our cargo stuff. So that's how that's all kind of sitting at the moment. So when things cool down, we will go out and we'll put down another core, and then we'll start figuring out... we need to start making tubes first. We need to make tubes... We need to make ceramics. We need to make rotors. It's kind of where we are at the moment. Yeah, because we'll get the helium. We'll get a harvesting minor damage. That's an upgrade to our harvester. We'll get the mega press, which allows us to make a bunch of new things, including the standard ammo.
Planetary temperature within acceptable parameters.
Laser drill and the pyro forge. It looks like that's the newer stuff. The defense turrets. We need the stabilizer, but we don't have the stabilizer blueprint yet. But we can get the defense turrets, and that we can put like down in the little valley here. To get that going. So. That's right, need to grab that stuff from there. Yes, okay, so. Unfortunately, I can't see a thing. There's nothing but ash in the air. Glad I got a face mask on, otherwise I would be just choking to death on this ash. Okay. Oh, I've been playing the Dead as Disco demo. Oh my gosh, that is such a fun game. Especially now that you can put your own music in, it's awesome. For those of you who don't know, Dead as Disco, it's been described a couple ways. The way I would say it is that it is, think Beat Saber, but you're doing the combat from Arkham, the Arkham games, from the Arkham Batman games, or Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man game, all set into a kind of a cyber disco envelope. So so it's more of a rhythm game. It's a rhythm combat fighting game, I guess. You kind of fight around in an arena, and the music is going, and you're hitting to the beat. So I guess it has a bit of a feel to like Hi-Fi Rush, I guess. But you're able to put your own music in. And then you can change the beats per minute and customize it to the song. And some people have already come up with some songs that you can kind of import directly into the game. And it's fun when you get in the groove and it's something high tempo and fast, and you're able to punch with the beat and with the quarter notes and the eighth notes and the 16th and the 32nd notes. It feels extremely visceral and fun to do. Definitely look it up. I would definitely anybody who likes rhythm games, who likes fighting games, who likes listening to just kind of high tension music and stuff like that, definitely go take a look at it. It is great. Okay. Go back to base core. So we need to kind of cover to that area over there. It looks like it does that. Looks like it's connected with the ground there. That'll do, I think. So, now we have 2 of these. Okay. Now, I think I need to build some supports here. Yep, because this thing is sitting above the ground. Building is not stable. Let's put it there. Is that high enough to make that fit? Looks like it. Give me a second here. I need to see this from a different angle. That works. That's a little better. Looks like it's kind of buried into the rock now. Yeah. We'll worry about aesthetics a little bit later. Let's get stuff set up. So. Okay. So, we need to start making the tubes. I actually need to see what is required for the tubes. I think the tubes come out of the furnace. They do not, actually, come out of the extractor. The fabricator. Tube! Okay, and the tube requires rod and sheets. Rods require bars, and the sheets require bars. Okay. Now, I have been able to see on the Discord, people have been able to kind of show their builds and stuff like that. I've seen people who've been able to stack things on top of each other, so they have like multiple stories of buildings. I don't know how they did that. Might have to look into it a little bit more. It would be a little easier in terms of, you know, like condensing things. But we'll have to figure that out at some point. We're not going to worry about it, though. Okay, so we have how many of these? 5. All right. That is going right into the core, I think.
Dehydrated.
Let's go ahead and have one of the... Yeah, why don't we go ahead and use that? And then we can use a Figler. Set that up. Okay. So, that building out, it actually is going to miss the core, which is good. Okay, so we have kind of two distinct areas here. Let me think here. If I do... Oh, do you know what? First things first. We need to get more of the zip lines into place. Because we're going to be running up and down like crazy. So let's go ahead and get those zip lines set up. So if we need to run back to base, we can. Okay. Building is too long. Go ahead and go there. I think we can't. Yeah, so we're gonna have to grab on that stone next. Thankfully, your character also turns in the direction that you're building. So, I'm going to be looking the same way each time. All right. I'm going to go down. Up. Building is too long. Go ahead and have that drop down there, I guess. Building is colliding with something. Okay. Give me a second here. I think it'd be kind of cool is kind of zipping through between these
The Raptura is in its stable state.
to these pillars here.
The planet of Arcadia is returning to normal.
We kind of take a turn. Now, I do want to make sure that I don't build the zip line in such a way that it can interfere with the machines. So maybe we actually change this one. And we'll actually zoom this way and go around between the machines and get up onto the rock that way. It also look kind of cool flying through, so. We work our way. Yeah, kind of like that. I hope that works. I didn't say that it doesn't work, but never know. Go. See if we can get farther. Okay, unwritable. Building's too long. Okay. I'm going to be going up anyways. This is probably the best location to start doing this. There. Do there. And then up. Going up there. Okay. Okay, let's test this out to make sure that this doesn't goof up. Otherwise, I'm going to have to again, so. Okay, seems to be working good so far. So zoom on down here. Up around. Woo! Now, we do have stuff here. We could probably place stuff there at some point. Not against that. So, oh! Ah! Whew. That was close. I didn't want to fall. I didn't want to take that fall. So when you test ride the roller coaster, but you haven't finished it. That's what that felt like. All right. Let's see. Okay, and we have that. This come down here. Da, 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 da. We could have this. Well, I don't know where I'm going to put this yet. Let's go ahead and put this here, because we need to figure out where we're going to put this building. I put that down because we were going to get burned alive. Let's actually change stuff. And that looks like a facility. Yeah, that looks like another facility right there. Something we're going to have to check out at some point. Okay. Yeah, definitely something. Okay. That's right. So, if I'm going to come back here and stand on top of this thing, let's go ahead and build a new habitat and put it kind of where we want it. Okay. So, we're now in the... And I think, like, right there, that's perfect. If it's right on the edge of the cliff, go ahead and lock into place and inspect for clipping. Get up a level. Yes! I like that. It looks good. Okay. So we can go ahead and take our zip line, I think. And we'll go ahead and do a... Let's do an airlock. That's fine. Okay, so we got our airlock there. We're gonna go ahead and build out some platforms. That's slightly annoying, actually. Having this rock here. But we'll manage. I think if I just do some shallow stairs there and build up to a platform. We'll figure that out. Okay. If we take the helium and the helium went down this direction, kind of went out and around the building, that would probably be better. Oh no, I kind of wish I could put stuff on top of the habitat. I don't know if I can do that. Never really tried. Just a normal... Well, we don't need a rail thing. We need a... We'll use a modular at some point, so go ahead and try this. Can I put it on top? It's not stable. It's the only problem with that. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. Another one, and we'll stretch this out. Would be... Ah! Stinking drone. Don't do that. All right. We'll do that. Okay. Platform. We don't have anything in the way of connection to power anything. Ooh, power. Where am I going to put power? Actually, that looks quite nice. Let's work on getting some power up. Let's see. Power. Eventually, our power is going to get upgraded. We're going to start using wind turbines and stuff like that. But for what we got right now, yeah, we do. If we do the solar all along this ridge, I think I'll be happy with that. Okay, so I can't build up. I can build one there. I'm okay with this. And then we just put one down kind of below it. Like that. Yes. I know how smooth and clean it looks to get solar panels that are like all the same height, all the same level. I kind of want them to vary. I want them to kind of follow the landscape a little bit. I don't know why, it just feels more appealing that way. Okay. Now we've got some floating here. Need to change that. Pillar supports. That's better. Okay, do I have any that are just kind of not touching at the moment? That one's not touching. Oh. Now, I have no idea how much power we're going to need. I would probably just build... some down from here. That looks good, that looks good, good. And I'll just build a line that comes down here to the point where we can actually connect it to something, to kind of connect it to the grid. Back to the power. The power! Go ahead and do something like that. Considering how much we're probably going to, how many buildings we're going to have, I can imagine that we're actually going to be hungry for power along here. So I don't mind building a lot of extra. Okay. Let's go ahead and take the extendable walkway and go... It's colliding with that plane. Yeah, that won't work. If I did a support pillar, that went up. to there. Nope. Oh, it's colliding with me. That's what's going on. Colliding with something. Colliding with something. Blech. And then we need to do what? Supported platform? Okay, it is colliding with that right here. That's so funny that this says, hey, it's clipping here, but a lot of places it doesn't mind the clipping. Anyway, we'll do that. Okay, so that is now connected to the power. Okay, so we do have power now, but we need to get that power moved on over to there. Fighting with something. Yes, it is. Ramp is too steep. That works. It's freaking dangerous, but that works. We'll figure out something a little bit more smooth eventually. I just want power at the moment. Okay. We need to place a rail modulator. Out here. I'm probably going to have it attached like right there. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's build that. That works. And let's get our rails set up. I think at some point you get a five-way split. You get five-way split stuff. So instead of 3 ways, it splits 5 ways. I want to say. Okay. Now I do wonder if I'm able to take the pillar, just a normal pillar, like this, and place it in such a way that we can raise that up even more. No, it's not really doing that. It says it's not stable, which immediately tells me something is wrong. That's the highest it can go at the moment. Let's go ahead and then start there. I don't know. That's very odd. That, and zoom it down to there. Okay. That works. I'm okay with that. And then we have these two. And we have something right here. We could build something here on these apparatuses we probably could build smelters, actually. That actually would be a little smarter, because this open space here would have it for other things. But there's open space here on these little basalt flats here.
We need to survive.
How am I doing food-wise? I'm doing fine. Go ahead and... Oh, and we are going to need to make some more basic building materials. So that's something we can do, is we can have an offshoot that will make us some stuff. That's another thing I need to do. I need to have a way to get back down. I need to get a way down here. That is not particularly arduous. That's something I could do here. Build stairs. Because the building's not stable. Oh, do you know what I could do at that point? I could probably do a extended walkway, actually. Is that too steep a build for the extendable walkway? It might be. It's colliding with something too. Well, boo! Okay. That needs to be out further. Wonderful. Whee! Didn't know I could slide on the ramps. That's good.
We need to survive.
And the serpent roots are just springing up everywhere. Yeah, let's change this. Let's change this to be change so we have a rail modulator that comes in here. Have this, right about, yeah, about there. As long as we're not messing with things like the zip line, I'm okay with that. I guess that can just go right into one of them, can't it? Nope, it is colliding. Colliding with that structure now. Lovely. Let's remove that one. So what I'm thinking is we put the smelters here. I guess the question becomes, how many smelters do we make? Building's not stable. The smelter there, there. Can't really do it there, can I? If I do it there, I have to move something. I just have a bird's eye view for... Oh, I'm stuck in the air. Okay. Maybe... Okay, here's a thought. So, we have 5 of these. Let's gather everything. Everything would come to up here. It would gather into... maybe a resource thing. That one splits out into the channels that we need. I kind of like that idea. We'll have to reorient a couple things, I think. Not gonna be exact science, but it's gonna be close. Close enough for what we need. Okay. That means we're gonna need to rework a couple things here. Let me go ahead and get me some stairs. So I can go up. Okay. So, we need to resituate a couple of these. So if we're going to have stuff piped up here, we need to turn some of these. Okay. Pop me in the air again. I can grab those. And we can also remove those. Actually, do you know what? If we take one of the ore excavators, maybe this top one, and we have it pointing back towards the facility, I can make something that builds stuff that I need. So it can build, like, it could build the building materials. So we have building materials. And then later on, we can change it. So go ahead and put that there. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's fine. Because I am running out of the building materials. Yeah, I'm I'm pretty low at the moment. So yeah, so I need to take the zip line back over here. And just for the time being, we need to put I'm trying to remember what is required for the... It is just a normal excavator, right? It's a normal fabricator, I think. Let me put one down just to double check on what it requires for the building materials. Okay. It just needs the bare ore. That's all it needs. So that works out perfect.
Dehydrated.
I'm dehydrated again.
I feel stronger. Tasty.
There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and hop off of this. Let us build a singular fabricator here. Actually, what's the input on this thing? Does it have 2 inputs? It does. Okay. That's what I care about. Okay. Let's put the fabricator, and we'll go ahead and put it here. Oh, this needs to go into, yeah, it needs to go into a thing of storage. Storage depot. Okay. We're going to choose it as that. There is no power to this at the moment. We're going to change that in a second here. It has power. Aha! Get our rail. Singular point out. It's going to come out here to... here to here. We're just going to do this for the time being. We're not going to do anything crazy with it. That's going to be our basic building material, so now we can go with more. I need to start making up the Wolfram stuff, so we can send one over here. So I need to figure out how many pits we have here, how many beds we have, so we can start build the ores, the excavators. Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Not enough resources. Dagnabbit. That's enough for what we can do at the moment. So, let me see. I'm gonna have to go. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to our previous base, I think, and make this up. Actually, hang on. Hang on. Because we can just manually put stuff in. It's annoying to do that, but we can do that. Need this to do a couple times on this stuff. Enough that we can make rails to get materials up to the fabricator. And then that could just kind of start cooking while we lay things out. So. Okay. 39 there. Maybe this is a pure stack. Look, I'm gaining materials so much faster. I don't remember there ever being talk about of like resource piles being like of different qualities. It would certainly would be, yeah, that was very fast, which makes me think that it's probably a more refined amount or something. Oh no, that was very odd. Anyway, go ahead and start building that. Good. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing, but if that's a thing, that's awesome. Okay. Okay, so we're going to link to that one, and that one we're going to shimmy all the way over here, and in it goes. What I just did actually is going to, you know, do, it's going to probably get used up very, very quickly. Hopefully it won't be so much that we have to go and manually farm some more. One way or another. There we go. Ah, I'll just grab what's left in here. Come on, gimme. Gimme. Thank you. And this will go away once we kind of get more stuff set up. And we'll set it up in a slightly better position. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab the closer of the two. Okay, rail. Luckily, the rail is fairly cheap, so don't have to do anything particularly crazy with it. Go ahead and have it jump up here. Can we have it? Can I go there? That's fine. Ah. I kind of wish they gave a bit more of a circle showing, like, here's how far your drone can travel. Because it just tells me that out at 40 meters, it's like, oh, now you are done. You can't make more. Can't go out further, but doesn't exactly work out the best. Oh, that's even better because that powers up that excavator now. That's awesome. That's even better. Okay, I need to attach here. That's one thing that I love is that the rails can actually connect and power things. I guess it's satisfactory. You would have to it's at a lot of the other factory building ones. You actually have to put out power cables and stuff like that for what you need to do. Okay, that one's going to come over here. Let's go ahead and attach it to that. That'll be fine. Oh, is that going to be okay? I don't think it is. Let's change that. If we put it up higher, the way that it won't actually interfere with the... Okay, and we're going to have it do a little bit of a tight turn here. Oh, that's a really tight turn. But here we go. Cool. Got the power. Everything's going along there. Wonderful. Now, while that stuff is building, because we need a little bit of time here, it looks like we have a couple drones that we haven't gone to yet. Let's go get those to see what they have for us. So one was actually up that way. Go ahead and jump to the zip line if I can. Ah. Nearly. There we go. Whee! Just drop off here. It's up this way. Where is it? It's to our right. Should be on top of it. Ah, there it is.
Just what I need.
Okay, we can also run out here and we can grab some more of these rubblers.
I need to survive.
And the pricklers. Let's grab the helium that we can.
Ruptura activity detected.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend finding a safe place.
The other drone is this way. Left, so it's down here. Here we are. Not much. Better than nothing. Time to get inside. I have no energy. That's the problem. Whew. Okay. So, now that we know that this base is going to be here and it's going to be setting up the way that we want, let's go ahead and put some things down that we need. So, we need to have a regeneration pod. Regeneration chamber. That works just fine. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up here. There's a little bit of rock in the way. That's fine. We can survive without that. Let's see. We need to put the terminal. What else do we need? I know I'm risking myself here, but I need this.
Let's see.
Raptura's core is unstable. Head to safety immediately.
Okay. Oh. All right. Habitat stuff. Okay. We need a recipe station.
Extreme temperature detected.
We need a food station. We need the recycler. Base is overheated. I cannot build. Well, boo! We're getting there. We are slowly but surely getting there. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't get the analyst station put down, so can't. Yikes. I bet I can't actually place down another platform, can I? No, I can. It's a little too hot at the moment. Okay. So.
Planetary temperature returning to normal.
Hey, good. Let's see. Actually, grab you. We're going to do some windows. We'll put the corporate terminal coming off the ceiling. So we can still look outside and see nothing. Okay. We need a basic crafter. We need the recycler. Let's not worry about the equipment stuff yet. We got the recipe, we got the generation, we got the corporation, we got the analyzing. That's what we need. We need an analyzer. So we can throw some of the stuff in here.
Data collected. Let's send this.
Recipes. Food. I actually want to throw our serpent stuff into the Nutribar, because that gets us even better stuff. Oh, the NutriFluid's actually really good too. I've found NutriChews, so at some point we're gonna get those. We're gonna get to the point where we basically eat like 2 items and we're good from dehydration levels. So the NutriFluid gives us some basic heal stuff. Let's go ahead and throw in the research points there. Okay, I think we're okay. Is there anything else I need to put out? I don't think so. Storage maybe, but not gonna worry about it at the minute. Okay. Ah, still a little too hot. Okay. Okay, got stuff going again. Got building materials again. Fabulous. I'll take all that. Okay. Now, let's work on getting a little bit better setup here. If we can work on getting a zip line here, at least for the moment. For that one, that becomes a new zip line. Full. That works. I love the zip lines. They are so nice. They are a wonderful addition to the game. I'm so glad the devs did that. Okay. So if we take... All right, Zach. I hope you have a good night. Tomorrow we'll get back into Mindustry. We need to work our way through Ruinous Shores. I think I got stuck halfway through developing more defense, getting defenses kind of set up. So yeah, we're gonna work our way on that. Okay, we need to get our rail modulator. Okay. We are gonna have to break that for a second there. Thankfully, we get all the wolfram that's there. Go ahead and build this into this, which will then go back up to that. Back up again. Okay. Okay, that's all powered up. Good. That's what we needed for the time being. Give me a second here. I would like to do another pillar support. Works just fine. All right. Let's do a safety rail here, along here. I'm kind of annoyed that you can't put safety rails on the extendable walkways, but yeah, I can't imagine how they would set that up, make it work. Maybe they'll do something in the future. Anyway, we now have more building material. It's wonderful. Let's go ahead and get some more set up here. Okay. I'm going to do here. What I'm thinking of doing is that I actually do a rail connector. I'll go kind of line up with that building. I'll go there. That works. Pillar support attached. Okay, this is gonna go there. That's gonna go there. We could actually back that up one. Let's do that. From down here, we're going to get the titanium bars going. Titanium bar, titanium bar. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we need to have we need to actually build that higher. Interfering.
Ruptura status stable. Arcadia status stable.
Good. Like when things are stable. Good. Okay. That one there. One swings down and goes there. We need to have one over here, I guess. Doesn't exactly work at that spot, now does it?
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Maybe we won't worry about it that way. Do that. And we'll do that. We have this connect like that. There to that. We need to have this. Ooh, yeah, this is going to be a little tricky. Let's see if we can get this to work, though. Kind of work in our favor. Yeah, that works. That. It's going to loop over here like this. That. Now we can come up here and loop into there. That works. And that loops into there. Good. So now we have our titanium set up. Excellent. Now, I've also set this in such a way that we could get that one actually seems a little silly because we only have 2 there. So maybe we'll switch that around. Change that one to be another one of these divider ones because we don't need anything crazy like that. That down into there. That works. Because we could potentially take this one and actually move it to attach to again. So that's why I'm leaving that one there. There's a chance for it to actually do more. Okay. Now that we've done that, we have all the bars there. Now, let's pull out an extractor. A fabricator, not extractor, a fabricator. And look at the recipes. So, we can make the... When you make the tubes... Oh, yes, we also need to figure out where we're going to deliver everything.
Dehydrated.
Because we need to put something in place. Yeah, let's have one of these
Delicious.
Works. And then a figure. Works. Okay. Can't quite get to that, apparently. Where is that ladder? That works. Up we get. Oh, I didn't reconnect that. Something looked a touch odd when I jumped onto that. Now I know why. Okay, let's go get more building material. Cranking away at that building material. I love it. Up me another 1,000. Lovely. Okay, so we need to get tubes set up. And where's our delivery system going to be? That's the next question I have, I guess. What we could do, because we're going to be sending more stuff from here, I think we need to have a total of 5 of the, 5 of the launchers. 5 of the orbital launchers. And right off the here, that's not necessarily a bad spot. Okay. Oh, I sorted that out a little too much, I think. Yeah, maybe. Give me a second here. Is that the right level? Nope, needs to go up one. Okay, we're gonna build one there. Build one attached to it. And then we need to do one more. It's gonna be like this. Attached like that. I think that works fine. We need to get some support pillars in here because things are floating off the ground. And that's just not right. Okay, that fits fine. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and throw in here. So we need to see, let's see. We need a 3-way rail here. And then a rail splitter. A rail connector, like this. So we have these go this way, like so. These go forward. That goes forward. That goes like that. Like that. Lovely. Now, in terms of how we need to get things connected here, we'll figure that out in a minute. But I like how that's positioned, so. Grab some more here. Back down to that extractor. Now we should be able to remove some of this buildup eventually for the power because the rails are going to be connected. Okay, so to make tubes. We have to make the titanium rods and the titanium sheets. So, for the time being, let's go ahead and take this. We're gonna do a rail connector there, and a rail connector there, I guess. That works. Okay, we need to get a couple fabricators here. Okay. We now make this into the... So this goes into rods. This goes into the sheets. We'll then do a reconnection. Copy this. This goes here, more or less. That's going to make our tubes. From the end, Now, as how this looks right now is not particularly great. I'm fully aware of that. We are going to be working on kind of setting things up when we have a little bit more of our stuff available. We just want to try and get the helium done. So once the helium's done, we can start working on other things. So let's go ahead and grab some more of the serpent root. Serpent root seems to come up fast. It's kind of nice. Just want to have this connect. Okay. Future solutions, right? I believe that's what we needed. We needed to have the future solutions. Yes. So let's go ahead and say, we need to make all this start going here. We don't have enough power, I think. Yeah, this has no power. We can at least set this up. So future pipes. 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 I think the question is, do I have enough power as is, or do I need to actually put down more solar panels? I think that's my big question at the moment. That's not particularly great now, is it? Okay. I've used only 35. There's 190 in the grid. So, plenty of power. Plenty of power to do what we need. Okay, it's just not powered at the moment. So... we need to get down here then. Whee!
I need to survive.
That's connected to the power. We'll then send more of this. All powered. Every last one. Wonderful. Setting down to here. And out comes our tube. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, while that's printing, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of the other stuff that we have here. We are going to have to set up other lineups, but yeah, like I said earlier, we need to just get what we need to get some stuff made up first before it continues on. Okay, that one needs ceramics. That needs the stabilizer, which we have not found, and we have the router. So, can't really do anything major until we get the helium unlocked and start gathering helium, because there's research required with that. So, but good, it's cranking away. Off they go. Wonderful. While that's going, we can start getting the Wolfram stuff going, I'm sure. Let's see. Fabricator again. Okay. The rotor requires titanium rods and Wolfram wire. I think what we have to do is we have to set up... We're going to have to set up 2 or 3 little sections here that each handle stuff. So we're going to have stuff from the Wolfram area and the titanium that kind of meets up in the center. So we can start doing things. Now... Oh, did I not go get that drone wreckage? Oh, I might not have been able to. Yeah, that's up on the hill. Did I actually not get that one, or did I grab something different? I'm not sure. Oh, I love to see the machines working. Love to see it. We've also got some stuff going around, so maybe we need to switch out our enhancements at the moment.
Acquired.
Go ahead and round and grab all of our rubblers. These will be useful for something.
I need to survive.
There's some polyfruit. We have head up higher. The drone should be kind of over here. Ah, there it is. Here we are. Another thing checked off the list. Geronimo! Whoop! Okay. Okay, that requires the stabilizer. This requires ceramics. Now, we do have ceramics. We just have to make up a system for them. We'll have to work on the rotor. Yes, that's a good question on how we set that all up. At the moment, I'm not sure. Okay, let's build another furnace. Let's build a furnace here as well. Check on the recipes for that. Okay, so ceramics requires calcite sheets and wolfram powder. Okay, so we also have the titanium housing that requires titanium beams and titanium sheets. Okay. So, that's another question. Do we have any calcium nearby? If we don't, we're going to have to go find some and get it over here. There's calcium here. That's the question at the moment. Let's go ahead our way back to the main base. Let's shift some things out. Work a couple things up while that is going ahead and just delivering our pipes. bump my head on that, huh? Okay. Okay. Need our analyzer. Up we go. Enhancements. We're getting a lot of the strength stuff. Let's see. So I already have one of those. So we should be able to recycle that since we only have ourselves. Okay. Okay, can't do that. Not a recycler here? No, this recycler's upstairs. No, it's not. Yeah, it should be done here. Well, I guess I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this then. Because, we can't do anything with it. We can't, break it down or anything like that. We can't analyze it. I guess it just goes into, Let me see if I can enter this. Old enhancements. Okay, so once we get the glass and the inductors, those can then make the... I think it's for actually the basic item printer. Yes, we can start making the intermediate building material. That'll be good. Okay. Oh, can I actually make shotgun shells? Oh yeah, I just need calcium powder. Oh sweet. Let's swap out our weapons because then I can, so I don't have to use my pistol anymore. I need the weaponry. Yes. Now I have a shotgun. That'll work.
Need ammo.
Oh, did I used up all my ammo? Or did what? I don't understand. Hang on. Did I build a fresh one? I think that was the problem. I just made another one. Okay, weaponry, let's see. Let's go ahead and throw the pistol ammo in here. We've got the shotgun ammo. Rifle ammo. Okay, wolfram powder and calcium powder. Let's go get those and make ourselves some ammo. Calcium powder. Lovely. Back in here. How much do I need for that? I need 3. So let's go grab a couple more. So we're not walking around with extras.
That's just what I need.
Wait, what? Uh-oh. Stinkers. Sooner I can get those deployment... Sooner I get those offensive turrets, the better I'll feel. Okay, there we go. Now, looking at here, now we have a bunch of ammo, which is good.
Reloading.
That's a fun reload animation. Nice. Alrighty. Actually, what? Before we continue onward, let's go back here and see if there's anything more I need to send in the way of resources in this region. Can't do anything there. The fabricator can't do anything yet. Furnace. We can go get the Wolfram plate. Let's see, that is 117, I think? Yeah, 117. And then we have a bunch of other stuff. Okay. Let's go put the Wolfram plate in there. So we have that available. And then I think we're going to do a little bit more exploring. Let's see if we can go find some calcium, because if we can find some calcium, that would be great. That we can kind of haul back to where we need to go. But yeah, I'm going to need to... I definitely need to have those defense turrets at some point, because then we can start... defending bases, because I think the vermin are going to be more of a problem. I need 117, I think I said.
Just what I need.
Furnace. There we go. 117. Lovely. This is working just like how I want it to. I will probably go ahead and use the tools thing to say, like, okay, how much do I need to get out of all the things that I'm going to be building in this area? What do I need to get? But yeah, let's go see if we can find some calcium and maybe some blueprints while we're waiting on the tubes to print, the tubes to be sent and be fulfilled. Because that's kind of our big stickler at the moment, I think. Is getting that set up. Let's also stop here and grab the pricklers so we can get some more figglers.
I need to survive.
Never have too many of them.
Acquired.
Oh, there's also some, we'll get the star things as well. They're right there. Star tiers, that's what they are. Alright, where are you, stinkers? Oh! Nice. While we're over here, some more helium we can get. Let's go ahead and dig into this. We'll just take the big one.
Changing mags.
I'm detecting increased Ruptura activity. Prepare for...
Looks like they stick their head in the... Hang on a second. Did they drop something? Hi, little guy. Give me a second here. Oh, nope. Is that just... Oh, nope. It's just a hazard. Okay. Never mind. I thought it was something. Guess it isn't. Okay. Making some good progress. We're going to lose a little bit right now during this crash.
Ruptura's eruption has started. Prepare for impact. Star rupture has started. Hide. The planet is being incinerated.
It's very intimidating still. It very much is. Okay. Gonna go ahead and hang tight for a second here.
Planetary temperature within acceptable parameters.
Dehydrated.
Serpent sticks. Doubles natural energy generation. Ah, okay. So that's just even better what I can grab. I'm going to go ahead and throw on research points to everything that I can currently potentially make. Just so then when I finally get the materials, I'm not waiting on anymore. Okay. We are dehydrated. What can we have? Yeah, we'll use up the nutrient. Nope. That works out just fine. Back to the food stuff. Where can we put the grubblers? Okay. Still making materials. Go ahead and take
Let's see.
one of those. Getting close. We're getting there. The defense turrets take stabilizer. Gonna need to find that stabilizer, I guess.
Order fulfilled.
Nice.
A reward from Future Health Solutions is waiting in the corporate terminal.
We now have the means to make helium. Get some extraction from helium 3 now. Nice. So for the time now, we need to put another storage deposit here. And get this attached to the system. We have a lot of helium that we need to get right now. Let's look at these machines. Let's see what they look like. So it puts a pipe down into the That's kind of cool. Now, oh yes, I need to actually put this as a helium thing. There we go. Haha! Now we have helium. Fabulous. Wonderful. So we have a bunch of research stuff that we can throw in now and all that jazz. But yeah, we're gonna need to figure out the kind of the layout we need to have to get all these different things in such a way that we can actually make all the items that we need here. It's going to be a little different from the main one I did back over there, because specifically back that way, specifically because that one we need to build everything that's there. This one we need to build stuff that comes from that. So yeah, this is going to be a little tricky. This is probably when that tools thing is going to be really useful. Because it gives a thing of like, oh, you want to make these? Here's the things that you're going to need to make those. So, that's right. We need to figure out if we can find some calcium in this area. So, while the helium is pumping away, let's go see if we can find ourselves some calcium. It looks like there's a geoscanner right over there. Let's go to that and see what we can find. like a drone. Another monolith. What are those? What are those? Oh, oxalot.
That's a strange plant.
This is an oxalot that grows at the bottom of water reservoirs. Some things you can only get at certain times. Observing how Arcadia changes might be the key to your mission.
Coraline. That's what these things are. So it looks like I can only get that stuff when the water's been dried up from a Ruptura. Interesting. Okay. So that's some more bonds and stuff to it, which is great. Let's see here. Oh, hang on. Is that... Is this calcium? It's calcium. Hey! That's good. That means we can get calcium here, and we can send it back over. Nice. Let's go ahead and get this going. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. We can work on making calcium that can be sent back to that base over there, and that'll work for us quite nicely.
Geoscanner initialized.
No more vermin.
Nice.
Scan complete.
The Ruptura is in its stable stage. The climate of Arcadia is returning to normal.
Nice. Any of the bio stuff I can pick up, or eh? There's one there. Okay. What I would love to do is get the defensive turrets. So we can start fortifying them around the cliffs around the bases and stuff. So, let's see. But we do have calcium here, which is great. It means that we can also start getting a zip line over here, so then we can actually use it. Let's see. Should be able to get something set up. This. Good. Got that hooked up. He's too long.
Reloading.
Just kind of snuck up on me there. Whoa! What do we have here? I'm kind of worried about going in there. It looks like sulfur to me, if I had to guess. Oh, corrosion. Oh! Nasty. Okay. Question then. Maybe there's a sulfur one that we get at some point. Interesting. We're kind of full of on inventory at the moment. Let's go ahead and grab stuff as we head back. And, yeah, we will have to work on getting some...
I need to survive.
I need to work on getting the calcium back over there, but I think we're only going to grab the calcium, what calcium that we need to kind of get over there, and not worry about it too much otherwise. But I think the next thing we need to do is we need to get we need to work on getting a couple more blueprints, because I think, yeah, stabilizer is one that we need to get. Kind of an interesting defense mechanism. Stick their heads in the ground and they put up their tail, and the tail gives off some kind of haze that is kind of nasty. We can probably move some of the... Yeah, we can probably take it, then some of the stuff gets put out here in terms of the calcium. Put it so it's kind of over that cliff and have it be brought in at some point. We'll have to see how far it goes. Let's see. Recipes. More polyfruit into there, and into there. Okay, stops calorie loss. Stops natural hydration loss. Stops natural calorie and hydration loss for 30 minutes. So you can fill yourself up, and then you could use one of those, and it would basically halt your... It would halt the process. Kind of interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that stuff in there. Oh, where is our analysis? Let's go ahead and throw that in there. Is there a recipe for the... There is. Process Corellian liquids. Increases energy limit by 100% for 5 minutes. Sweet! That seems amazing. So we have one that raises your health, and then this one increases your energy. Nice. Okay, let's see. Applicators, we're not going to do anything with that. Yeah, the next one we need to get, if we get the stabilizer, we can start doing that. Get the rotor going. And this one we can't quite get to, so we have the rotor and the stabilizers that we need to work on. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of work. We do have a lot of research that we can do with the
Nice.
the helium that we have here, so let's go ahead and throw that into like the recipes and research and stuff. So then we can start that process, start getting that done. Gonna go into the furnace. Okay. Gonna need a lot more there. But if we can start just throwing helium into a bunch of the stuff, fantastic. Let's see. That's reloading stuff. Let's go ahead and take some of this stuff back to the logistics hub. I wondered why you'd want to do teleporter stuff. It does take a little bit of time to ride along the zip lines. Zip lines are good for local areas, but not the best for trying to traverse the entire map. Okay, let's see. Meteorites. Got that one there. We have weaponry. We're gonna have to break down this pistol ammo, I think, because we're just not gonna be using that very often. I think I'm going to take the... Well, I'm debating about these. Because I could take those the next time that I work on stuff. And then I just have to make sure that I eat something that will remove all the toxicity, so...
I can use that.
I take these. The last weapon that we work on looks like it's the machine gun. That's the heavy ammo setup. There's all kinds of food that you can get, which is kind of cool. Okay. Well, the last little bit that we have here, let's go try find a facility somewhere and see what we find. Forgot about that. So, remember on the map, it's kind of over that way. While we're out here, we'll grab stuff that we need to get gathering-wise.
I need to survive.
Pricklers, probably just a very efficient food that you can get. You find it in big clusters too, which is nice. Rubblers.
Acquired.
I kind of want to keep playing this tomorrow, but we're going to be doing Mindustry instead. What I might do is well, debatable. I'm certainly going to try and work out how to get certain work on getting like things set up in such a way that we can start crafting things. I'm certainly not, but I'm not going to I don't want to make progress without you guys. That's the biggest deal. Get in my face, I'm gonna blow you up. Kind of a shame I can't throw in like a stock magazine or something. Oh yeah, it's creepy down there. There's like a whole little cave system down there. I came the right direction, it seems.
I think I can use this.
Building materials. There's rubble and stuff down that way, so... Oh, yeah, they've got a whole thing down there. So, don't I need to go down there at some point? Going over here. Okay. Going to the map. Yeah, we're gonna find some dead bodies. I figured I triggered something. Just worried how some of these things are going to get up here. Yep.
Reloading. Changing mags. Dehydrated.
Yeah, there's a bunch of you stinkers around here.
That's just what I need.
Ammo. Food. I'm dehydrated. Let's go ahead and use up that chew. Picking up some ammo, which is great. Let's climb up. We can. Come on. There we go. What did we get here? Ah! So we got the rotor blueprint, which we've already got, so we'll get some science out of that. I don't think there's anything more here. Where I am. There is this, though. From Maria Quinn to Hannah Quinn, Zach Quinn. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Nothing changed on Acadia. The weather's still terrible, and the food isn't any better. But I finally got praised by the boss. All that money you spent on my education isn't going to waste. I just got my first paycheck, and wow! I already sent you some money. I promise I'll pay you back every penny. And maybe now Chris will be able to go to college, too? I'm glad I got this job. Thanks for finally looking up. Kisses, Maria. All right, you little stinker. Where'd you go? I need something with a little bit of range. I'm shooting things off from a little further than I think I'm going to want to be shooting. So.
Just what I need. Changing mags.
Okay. Jeez, when you're able to do that, that's really annoying. Let loose with the ammo a little bit. I can afford to. Wrist hurts a little bit. Okay, so we got a bunch of the bio stuff here. Yeah, I can't grab it. You want to think this needs? I think this needs a zip line out here.
No more vermin.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and make some storage and throw some of this stuff in there. It's a little annoying to run all the way back to the logistics hub every time. I'll do better just to throw stuff into a storage bin and deal with it later. Okay. That works. Let's see. Let's throw the warp stuff in here. Let's throw the extra ammo in here. We can go ahead and throw the calorie block capsules. I guess the region capsule. We can use that next time when we go through this area. Note to self, when going after new areas, empty more of your food away. Reduces fall damage. Interesting. Okay. Some more thrown here.
Let's send this. Data collected.
Getting more data. Always appreciate that. Okay, we need to throw in more of the...
Great.
More of the helium. We're getting there. We're slowly but surely getting there. What I'm also going to do, I'm going to duplicate this. Oh, that's one too much. That's fine. That's okay. Not a bad thing. Means that we have to build some more of the power. That's okay. We're gonna have to do that anyway at some point, so not a bad thing to put it up. Okay.
Huh. Nice.
So we can go ahead and grab more helium by doing this. So we can stack a lot more of it here. So it's all flooding into there. And then we're just making it grab more. Okay, we are going to finish it here. So... here's the game plan for this at the moment. I'm going to work on making more of the layout happen, but I'm not going to be building or adding more parts or more research without you guys being here. Or at least not activating it and making more progress. I want you guys to be able to see the work and stuff. This definitely needs more of a layout. We've got stuff that needs to happen over there. Well, I guess the biggest problem is that I don't have the stabilizer blueprint. So I can't make defensive turrets, meaning that... But that might not be a problem. But I want to make it up so then I can start making some of these things. So I will probably work on that between the time that we do this stuff and the time that we continue on. Where it looks like we're going to actually get more stuff. There's a pressurizer, which allows us to refine the raw helium and sulfur into products. And then there is the sulfur extractor, which we will then add at some point. Compounder looks like it adds and it creates more stuff. It's an intermediate building, so yeah, we're going to have to work on that. So, yes. But yeah. I will not complete more research necessarily. Let's see. Let's take a look at the recipes for a second here. we need to go to the furnace. The furnace, we need to get the glass unlocked. Conductor, and then once we got the glass going, that can go all go into there. That all needs to go. The calcium powder, the ceramics, and that go in here. Yeah, well, I will make some progress on this, but I'm not going to make entirely all the progress that I need to do to make this work. I'm going to try and make it just make it some setup progress on making certain items to what we need to do, essentially. Once we're done with all of that, I will then hold off on this until you guys come back. My thought is that we'll have the calcium coming over. The calcium needs to split, and we'll probably have it. I don't know if we can make it past the gorge or anything like that. Yeah, we're gonna be working our way on that. But we'll get the calcium over here, and I'm gonna try and make it so that we can have the calcium actually join up the use the same rails that the Wolfram uses, and we're gonna have it join up and stuff like that. Like I said, it's gonna be complex. It's gonna take some time, but for the most part, yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. Next Monday, when we get back to this game, we will continue on. We're gonna see if we can find the stabilizer. We have a big area that we have not fully selected. I don't even know what that is. This unknown location. Who knows what that could be? We also have something up here, I think we saw, so we could also go back to that part of the map and get that. I know, so it looks like we have wolfram here, we have calcium here, and we have titanium here, so we could make another factory there. We're just going to have to see at some point. So yeah, we're gonna continue on doing all that. And it's just a rapid turn on investment there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and end it off here. Like I said, I'm going to make a little bit of progress, but it's only going to kind of setting things up. It's not going to be progressing things further. So, meaning that we're going to be getting a lot more of the things down here set up and all that jazz. So, we're going to see how that goes. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and end it here tonight. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate it. We've gotten to a new section of the map. We've gotten new resources. We've found new things. We found a lot of vermin. So we've gotten to the point where I kind of want to start getting those defensive turrets. Because then we can start actually having the ammo being built and throw that out to the turrets. So then the facilities aren't getting attacked anymore necessarily, as well as just making sure that we're not having problems otherwise. I don't know how they work. I'm assuming that they're going to need to be powered, but I am going to have to manually load them, so it's going to be a little annoying. So we're going to have to carry just a bunch of extra ammo for a while, so then we can just keep them loaded and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. I hope you guys are doing well. Tomorrow we're going to get back into Industry. We're going back to Ruinous Shores. We are going to work on that and whatever we're doing next time. Yeah, so the next two sessions are going to be Industry. We're going to do that, and then we're going to be working on some flight stuff back in Elite Dangerous. So I will see you guys then. Until then, take care. I will see you guys next stream. Ta-ta.